Ladies and gentlemen, now over 48 hours ago, it was announced that the #1 Banquet Champion prize is going to be a 7-star rank 6 version of Punisher. And on this channel, we like to look at the facts. We like to look at utility when it comes to characters and decisions in this game. And I really wanted to weigh up what is the utility of a house versus a 7-star rank 6 Punisher, because you might think if you're a fairly casual Battlegrounds player, oh, it's obviously the house is easily the better option. But I think when you look at the facts, it really starts to paint a bit of a different picture depending on your priorities in this game. So first and foremost, if we're looking at the potential to counter the Rhino matchup, Punisher has the ability to get around the unstoppable. If we look at a house, is it really going to do too well in the Rhino matchup? I don't really think so, to be honest. So I've got to say, on this one, Punisher, in my opinion, is a very clear winner. Now, when we're looking at both personal and also alliance prestige, a house currently does not give any prestige. So it's not really going to be impacting your alliance's score. You're going to get less overall rewards. So I think for this one, like Punisher, in my opinion, is still a very clear winner. Profile champion. In the game, when you go into global chat and people click on your profile, are they going to see your house? I don't think so, dude. They're going to see that 7-star rank 6 Punisher. So I think, again, this is, I'm stating the facts here. Now, next up, we got the Battlegrounds viability. And the house, I think the biggest problem with it is it just doesn't go into the Battlegrounds deck whatsoever. And even if it did, it doesn't benefit from the Deep Wounds Mastery, does not benefit from the Willpower Mastery. So I'm just not really seeing kind of anything there to give the house a positive. Whereas Punisher, I'm seeing a viable defender, I'm seeing synergy with Willpower, Deep Wounds, if I get those bleeds off, and equity as well. There's a lot of pros there, so I think that's another easy win. An Alliance War defense big boy. If I am, top tier Alliance War, I'm cruising with the lads, and I slam down my Punisher on defense, I know the enemy is going to be shaking, dude. That Alliance War officer who needs to do the assignments, he's going to be like, okay, I need to get my best guy on the job here to get this Punisher down. This is going to be a big fight. One that is maybe a little bit uncharted territory, whereas the house, dude, probably just send in a Rhino, man. Just, that's kind of, that also makes the house, I don't want to say the words below Rhino tier, but I think Rhino would still easily take a house most days of the week. So I'm not sure about that, dude. I think it's another easy win for Punisher here. Now, I know some people who are on more of the side of the house will say, can you live inside Punisher? And the answer to that is not currently, but you can live inside a house. So that is something in the house's favor. Can keep you warm at night. The house, it can. Punisher remains to be seen. I think this one is a bit more of a question mark. This could be sooner rather than later, but yeah, I think it's definitely something there as well. Now, next up we got Inflicts Bleed, and this kind of goes back to the Deep Wounds synergy that I was talking about. And in all fairness, I have not given the full picture with the house. You can use the Barbed Wire Relic to give the house more bleed damage. And I don't know if that could synergize with the Deep Wounds Mastery, but it is something to consider. But Punisher definitely inflicts bleeds just on his base kit, so it's just something to think about there as well. 3 times indestructible procs. The house, dude, I think if you test it once, you're going to find it is pretty destructible. The Punisher, if you test him once, indestructible. Twice, also indestructible. The 3rd time, indestructible again. That's a lot of indestructible there. Now, the next one, Bank can repossess. A bank can repossess a house. Can they repossess a 7-star rank 6 Punisher? I don't think so. But Kabam, can they repossess your house? I don't think so. But they can repossess your 7-star rank 6 Punisher. Maybe if you write really nasty comments. So, just something to think about. Now, this is something just to be aware of if you're going for the house or if you're going for the Punisher. They both get countered by Jean Grey, so keep that in mind. place to raise a family. Oh, dude, this is a big one in favor of the house. Yeah. It really depends what your goals are. If you're looking to, you know, get in that celestial bracket and beat Liam and Andy, then maybe you want to go for the Punisher. If you're looking to raise a family, I can definitely see some arguments for the house the more I think about it. So yeah, that's a place to raise a family. And look, I'm going to give a huge second one for the house as well. McDonald's currently do not deliver to even a 7-star rank 6 Punisher, but they will deliver to most houses. So as long as it's not too far away and they are open. So yeah, keep that one in mind as well. This one personally is quite a big one for me. I love some chicken McNuggets. So yeah, I'm a big fan of chicken McNuggets. Big enjoyer there. So yeah, this definitely pushes the needle in some sort of direction for me. People will call you a blubbery boy. A house. Lots of people have houses. Are they all blubbery boys? Fortunately not, mate. However, only 3 people will have a 7-star rank 6 Punisher, and you're going to get called a blubbery boy a lot. So, you know, do you like being a blubbery boy? Are you a blubbery boy? Think about that. Then next up, we've got has electric, gas, and water bills. So I think this is really not looking great for the house, if I'm honest. Again, that's a lot of like reoccurring things that you need to maintain. Whereas Punisher, dude, he doesn't have those bills. And I appreciate some people will come with the perspective of, you know, oh, you've got to charge your phone in order to play the game so you can play your Punisher. Well, you know, have you thought about like stealing your neighbor's plug sockets? You know, it's kind of a skill issue, at least in my opinion. So then we have can isolate and not talk to people for weeks. Dude, this is such a huge one. Oh my, I was really leaning towards Punisher, but then this one, it brings me back. So you can't really isolate and not talk to people for weeks inside of a Punisher, but you can do that inside of a house. And this also combined with the fact that McDonald's deliver to you. These are big points, dude. These are big points. So I know Punisher, like, he's got this prestige, dude. The profile champion, battlegrounds viable. Oh, these are 2 huge ones, man. Really something to think about for the people, you know, making these decisions there. But I want to say a couple of things. Fortress Assault Meta Defender. We don't know what the meta is yet. The house actually could be a question mark. Who knows? Who knows what the actual meta will be for this upcoming game mode, but there's a pretty good chance. 7-star rank 6 Punisher, maybe he's going to see the light of day. Maybe he's going to, you know, cook a few people trying to assault your fortress. Think about it. Will make people rage quit in Gold 3 Battlegrounds. A house, it's not going to cut it, dude, but a 7-star rank 6 Punisher, if you see that in Gold 3... you're saving 10 minutes of your life, you know? Your opponent's gonna quit, you instantly win, Gold 2. And who knows? And Gold 2, dude, they might not be having it either. So there is exponential potential on this one for making people rage quit in BGs. Just something to think about as well. Then finally, and this is really one to think about, a generational asset you can pass down to help secure a better future for your family. House, man, you know, it does a few things, as we talked about some of the core utility here. However, what is a better future for your family? You know, is the better future making people rage quit in BGs? Are they going to enjoy that? What are the terms of service? Can you leave this account with a 7-star rank 6 Punisher to your entire bloodline in your will? That is a question for lawyers and not me. But it's something to think about, right? Just, you know, just putting it out there, man. Putting it out there. That's not a hard no, in my opinion. There are terms of service, but terms of service can have many different clauses under many different scenarios. So overall, I still think it's a really tough decision. You know, there's a lot of pros and cons on both of these, but really, if you're looking for Battlegrounds viability, prestige, countering Rhino. There's a lot of things in Punisher's favor. If you're looking for can live inside, place to raise a family, generational asset, isolate yourself, can get McDonald's delivered to, then I think there's really a lot going for the house. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have looked at the facts today, and I want to put these out before the release of Banquet. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and if this was helpful to you, if you are literally Super Bro Z, or maybe like 2 other people for watching this video, I really appreciate that. Hopefully this gives you some great perspective to make informed decisions on just funding this game for the next decade here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.